Last Sunday, a renowned Pakistani journalist, Sharif, was shot dead by police at a road stop in Kajiado, Kenya, while traveling by car. Local police claim that the killing was a case of a mistaken identity. Between January and July 2020, 103 people had either been killed or disappeared in the hands of police. More unaccounted for killings happened between August and December of 2020. January this year, 26 bodies were discovered in a river, that is River Yala. The bodies showed signs of torture, most pointing at summary executions. On his maiden speech during the Mashujaa Day celebrations, President Ruto ordered a probe into police brutality and called for disbandment of the DCI Special Unit, Special Service Unit as they call it, that he claimed had been used by powerful individuals to kill innocent Kenyans. The Law Society of Kenya joined in, and they also called for asking that a petition, they were actually petitioning for the president to ask to form a special commission of inquiry to investigate the over 600 cases recorded. So, tonight, I'll be speaking to two Kenyan women who have been desperately searching for their loved ones for years now to no trace. Elizabeth's husband disappeared under unclear circumstances in 2020. They have searched everywhere. To date, that search has yielded nothing. Elizabeth is live on this show tonight from Dubai to shed more light on the search for her husband, Francis Kimani, 2 years down the line. Grace will also be joining me live from the USA. She says the last time her family heard from her brother Zadock Ouko was 11 years ago. These two are just but a fraction of the many families who are spending sleepless nights searching for their relatives who disappeared under mysterious circumstances. But before we listen to them, let me now hear from you. Engage with me on this subject through the comments or the chat section. You can also video call live and share your thoughts or even ask a question. The link for the video call will be shared in the chat section or in the comments section. So let me now play some few video clips, short video clips that have been documented by several local media houses and media outlets on this subject. Then I'll welcome my first guest. In the meantime, keep your comments coming and don't forget to subscribe. This is Friday Live here on Shared Moments with Justus.
Willie Kimani, Josephat Mwenda, and Joseph Mwiruri. They were kidnapped, murdered, and dumped. An all too familiar Kenyan story. The triple homicide was carried out by rogue members of an institution respected and feared in equal measure: the police.
We meet Lucy Wamboi, a 28-year-old widow in Nairobi's Mathare slums. Wamboi became a widow at the age of 23 when her husband, Christopher Maina, was allegedly picked and killed by a police officer in broad daylight in February 2017.
Bwanangu alikuwa anaitwa Christopher Maina na 2017 around saa 6 21st Feb alichukuliwa na polisi alikuwa anaitwa Rashid akiwa kazi kwa group ya vijana, akamtoa mlango kubwa akampeleka mahali panaitwa Wanjazi, ni between mlango kubwa and Pangani, na hapo ndipo alimuulia.
Wamboi says her journey to get justice for the late Maina has been futile as the evidence linking the officer to the murder has been tampered with.
The cases of extrajudicial killings per year. In 2022, from January till September, we sort of have a total of 107 documented cases of Kenyans who have been killed. And out of this 107, 10 have been forceful disappearances that have actually been recorded by the necessary bodies involved in Human Rights Watch. Apart from that, let's cross over to the year 2021. These are the numbers. 219 people were killed by police or disappeared under their care. Out of this 219, 187 died as a result of police killings, while 32 disappeared while in police custody. That's 2021. Over to 2020, just to show you how much of a sore issue this is, especially within our borders. 168 people killed by police or disappeared in the year 2020. Out of the 168, 158 are documented to have died as a result of police killings, while 10 disappeared in police custody. One more year, in 2019, these are the numbers we were looking at that were documented. 145 people killed by police or disappeared. Definitely showing you the issue at hand, even as fresh impetus has been given to such cases following President William Ruto's disbandment of the SSU branch within the DCI.
Now, those are just a few, clips that I've picked from, our local media that indicate the magnitude of the problem that we're talking about today. And a lot of families are in distress, trying to figure out where their loved ones have disappeared to. You could perhaps want to justify some of these actions, if at all we want to attribute most of them or some of them to the police. But at the end of the day, the law has to take its course. Assuming that the police get hold of a suspect, the law demands that that person has to be arraigned in a court of law. And so the police have no right, and it's not within their jurisdiction to determine who lives and who doesn't. And some of these disappearances, tonight, we can't necessarily perhaps link them directly to the police, but nevertheless, someone has to answer the questions as to where the missing people are disappearing to. And so tonight, I'm joined by one Elizabeth, who is joining me live from Dubai. And Elizabeth is one of the many families that have lost track of their loved ones. Elizabeth, if you can hear me, karibu sana to the show, and so glad that you could find time to join us tonight. Let me know if you can hear me.
Thank you very much.
Karibu sana, Elizabeth.
I can hear you.
Great. Yeah. So we have just been trying to come to update ourselves to the issues at hand here. And the main problem is we are talking about people just disappearing. Watu wanapotea tu. And we can't even know where they are disappearing to. And for you, these are not just statistics.
Yeah.
You have lost track of your husband, and this was about 2 years ago. If you perhaps can bring us up to speed in terms of what exactly happened and kulifanyika disappeared.
Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth Wangari. My husband has named here their area, and I to France the year 2020, date 18.
Ni kama tuna shida kidogo ya connection.
As
Unanipata, Elizabeth?
kupata.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe you can pick it again mwanzo tena kidogo, ni kama tulikuwa tumekupoteza kidogo.
Okay. My husband 18 August the year 2020. Hii wakati wa corona. Aliamka tu kama kawaida and alienda kufanya kazi. He was a driver. So shughuli yake unajua he's going in search of to bring food on the table.
Yeah.
So akatoka na akaenda. Yeah. Mi nikamu expect as usual, nikamu expect jioni. He never turned up. So place yenye yako hakuna network, maybe he will come. So mi nikagojea, he never came.
Yes, Elizabeth.
Simu yake ilikuwa mteja.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, tunakupata.
Hello. Yeah, ni miaka 2 sasa imepita. So nilikaa, it was on a Tuesday. Nikakaa hiyo Tuesday, Wednesday trying to reach him, simu yake iko mteja. So on Thursday nikaenda kureport. Hello, unaweza nipata?
Ndio,
unanipata?
Tunakupata, ndio.
So I went to Huruma police station, nika report, nikapewa OB number, nikaambiwa that kama watapata information they will call me. So nikakaa hiyo Thursday, nikakaa Friday, then nika-notify their family members. Nikawaambia, hey, your brother is not home, nimemgojea, he's not coming. So nikaamua kwenda huko, then nikarudi huko Huruma.
Yeah.
So wakanituma Pangani kwa DCI so they can trace the last call na place yenye alikuwa. Sasa venye tulifika kwa DCI, there was no results. Hakukuwa na any tangible information. Sasa tukaambiwa, you just wait, maybe he'll come back. From there, kuna watu walikuwa wamepotea, he was in company, walikuwa pamoja.
Yeah.
Nikapigiwa simu, nikaambiwa kuna watu wamekufa, you just go uangalie kama your husband is there. So mi nikafika mortuary Nairobi, ile ya Kanjo.
City mortuary.
Nikaenda huko sikumpata. So from there we started a journey. Yes, from there now we started a journey kumtafuta kwa mortuary. Juu hawa watu, they were accompanied, walikuwa pamoja na hawa watu wawili walikufa. So my worry was, kama yes amekufa, I never saw the body. Polisi wenyewe hawanipe any information. There is no tangible information. Narudi tu huko Pangani wananiambia just wait. Sometimes wananiambia network iko chini. They are not able to. Wananiambia just come tomorrow. So from there sasa nikasema let me just go kwa morgues, unatafuta haupati.
Yeah.
Naenda hospitali hakuna. I went to Thika, nikaenda Machakos, nikaenda Naivasha. Also nikipita kwa hizo morgue napita kwa polisi, nauliza umepata any mtu kama hakuuawa, maybe kuna mtu yani ako in cell mwenye yani ameripotiwa. Yani sikujua what happened mpaka wa leo. Sijawahi sikia any information
So Elizabeth,
kutoka kwa polisi Yes.
It's been now 2 years. Imekuwa miaka mbili, haujasikia anything, any report, polisi hawajakupatia feedback yoyote.
Yes.
And so any other sources of information, labda marafiki wa wale, you know, any other source apart from police station ambapo umepata maybe source of information?
Hakuna, we just tunakwanga tu tumekaa, ukisikia tu place kuna unidentified bodies, tunakimbia huko kuangalia maybe kama tunaweza mpata, but hatujaifanikiwa.
Wow. And how many
Yeah.
children do you have?
I have 2 boys, niko na vijana wawili, one aged 10 years na mwingine yako 2 years. Ako 4 years now.
So how has life been without
Yes.
Francis?
Yeah. Life has been not that easy. First, he left when my son was 2 years. Ilikuwa wakati wa corona. Now ulikuwa na mtu ulikuwa natarajia to give you, to support you. Now you have to take full responsibility. And tena kuna pressure ingine ya society. Wanauliza, hey, huyu na yeye ni nini alifanya? Maybe bwana yake alitoroka, maybe akamwacha. Unajua kuna ile unasikia society wakisema maybe he was not a good wife. Maybe the husband has just disappeared. Kuna ile unasikia ni kama you are in another world. Then hiyo wakati wa corona things were not that good. Okay. Kuna ile emotions. Unajua heli uzike mtu, yes ujue this is the grave. Then unagojea barabara anytime unaweza receive any information. Kuna ile ujaisikia, you are at peace.
Yeah.
Kuna tena the family wanauliza, kwani huyu bibi, this wife alikuja tu, ni kama alikuja ndio familia yetu tukue na this kind of situation juu, mtu anawezaje potea tu hivyo aende kwa mkuu. Life has not been that good. Unajipea tu moyo tu. When you hear some other stories, unasikia at least let me just press on for my kids. Wow. It is not good. It is not easy.
Did
you just wake up?
Did he have
Hello?
or indicate? Yes, naulizaje? Kabla ya kupotea kwake,
yes,
alionyesha dalili yoyote kwamba kulikuwa na shida mahali, or did he have any history of perhaps having a problem with anyone around, or do you have any trace of perhaps evidence that could help trace the whereabouts? Because now if the police are not helping, we are perhaps making an appeal to the public to help trace him down. Kulikuwa na changamoto zozote, anything that he had suggested as a challenge before his disappearance?
Not really. Hakuna mtu amewahi niambia they are not in good terms. Hakuwa na shida yoyote. He was healthy. Wenye wanajua Francis, he's a cool guy. A very cool guy. Hata uwezi akikuwa na shida yoyote, he speaks out. Hakuwahi onyesha any difference with someone in the society, or hata even in the family. Hakuna mtu alikuwa amekosana na yeye. He was at peace.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah.
How can we help Elizabeth? Because there are a lot of people who are listening to you now and they are wondering what they can do. Where can we start? How can we be of help?
Okay, I reported the case kesi iko kwa mikono ya serikali. If kama they can dig deep, juu unaenda pale they tell you yani mitambo haziko sawa, yani hata unashindwa what to do. Mi mwenyewe I don't have that, nikuwe na I hire a private DCI or sina. The government can just they dig deep wafuatilie hawa watu wenye walikuwa na wao, their bodies were found. Hawa wengine walipotelea wapi? I know they have the information. If they are just human, they can just give the information. If kama walikufa, waseme. If they are arrived somewhere, or maybe they are held captive somewhere, and in an unknown place, just come out. Yani, it's painful, very painful. Juu hawa watoto wanakuwa, they know their father. Sasa swali itakuwa, where is my dad? Wanakuwa every now and then they ask, where is my dad? Hakuna ile kaburu naweza waambia your father is here. Hakuna. I can just appeal to the government. They know the stories behind these cases. Just watupatie light. We know the fate of these young men. Kama alifanya makosa, I know kuna jails wanaweza kwa jail, but just killing someone or just, it's painful, very painful.
Pole sana Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And we hope that through this initiative, then help will come your way, so that the whereabouts of Kimani, and and we are trusting that wherever he is, he's alive, because there's nothing as disturbing as not knowing. You would rather be told this is what is going on, but just you're in a space that you don't know what to hope for, and so I can imagine what you are experiencing, and even the children are going through. It's not an easy place to be, and so thank you so much for even getting the courage to come and share this experience with us here on Shared Moments with Justus. And we believe that soon you're going to be able to unravel all these mysteries, and that you're going to reunite again. So thank you so much for your time. We're going to share the photo of Francis, so that any person who could be having any information then could be able to, can be able to get to you, and you can do that either, we'll share even contact details for Elizabeth with our audience, so that you can either directly reach her, or even through Shared Moments with Justus, you can be able to share any information that you come across that can help in tracing the whereabouts of Francis. And so thank you so much, asante sana Elizabeth, for your time.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to hearing some good news.
Thank you very much.
I don't know if you have any final words you would want to share with our audience.
Thank you.
Before you go.
Kwanza ni kuwashukuru sana for the platform. Yeah. Mimi naweza waambia this life, we will make the society a better place if it will start with you. Kama unajua kuna mtu mwingine, yani there is someone who takes bribes to kill someone, it will start with you and me. Please, let's tufuate sheria venye inafaa, and we'll have a better society to live in. Thanks very much. Asante sana
so much. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, and we are wishing you all the best. Asante sana. Whoa. So that was Elizabeth all the way from Dubai, and just listening to her really makes you, it's not the best experience, really, even just listening to her agony and the struggle that as a family they are going through, not knowing whether their loved one is alive or is not, or if he is, where is he, who is holding him, and those kind of things. So let me hear what you think. Let me hear what you feel about this whole conversation of people who just, people just disappearing, some in the hands of the police, some mysteriously, just disappearing. We can't even trace or put a finger to their whereabouts. And so this is really affecting a lot of families. Let me see a few comments here coming in right away. I'll be reading some of your comments and also casting them on screen. And remember, you can engage with us directly in the chat section or in the comment section. If you have any questions on the subject or feedback in terms of comments of what we are discussing, kindly feel free to share that with us. Let me just look at some of your feedback here. I think let me go right on top so that I can be able to accommodate everyone. Elizabeth, you say you're tuned in. DJ Stone, Kenya, I'm already in. Karibu sana. We have Sheila de Graaf. Karibu sana. You're tuned in. Who else is here? I have Ifra. This is Saida. Saida, karibu sana. Oh, you're saying you're watching from your hospital bed. We wish you a quick recovery and thanks for tuning in. Foods 254, you're tuned in. Dennis Otieno, we are here. Karibu sana. Jamima, you're in. Joseph Harvey. Yes, Joseph, welcome on board. We have, and Joseph, I think we shall actually be, in our next conversation, be looking at the next story of another missing Kenyan. And Joseph here, you're saying, is actually your brother. And so we shall be looking at that in a short while. Josephine, this is so close. Josephine, you're saying this is so close. Kim and Elizabeth are family to me. We are still hopeful that Kim atarudi. Let's pray that Kim is alive wherever he is, and he shall be able to reunite with his family. Keep those comments coming. Fred Moyomba, you say you're watching from Happy Valley, Naivasha. Karibu sana. Gideon, you're tuned. Anki Doris following. Thank you so much for watching. This is Joash. Joash, you say it's a very unsettling. I lost a loved one. Unfortunately, his body was retrieved. It's a very sorrowful and empty situation. May God give you peace. Thank you so much for the encouragement, Joash. Betty, you say his disappearances who are indeed no one wants to go through such an experience of just losing a close family member or a relative, and you can't even trace their whereabouts. We have Sophie Badia say, may God wipe your tears. Yes, indeed. We have Josephine Leshao, you say you're tuned in. Cindy Gold, you're in. Karibu sana. We have someone else here. Grace Akinyi, you're in. Karibu sana. This is Africa. You're also watching from the US. Welcome on board. So keep those comments coming. Let me know what you think, your contribution to this particular subject, and how you think we can be able to come up with a lasting solution. Who is responsible? Where should we start? so that this menace can stop once and for all. Remember, just the other day, as we said in our introduction, the president was attributing some of these disappearances to a special unit at the DCI, which he claims is the one that has been responsible over time in killings of many innocent Kenyans. And so such a statement coming from a head of state, it speaks a lot about where we are as a country. And so hopefully those statements are a beginning of what would be then a solution and an end to some of these unfortunate disappearances and incidences. So in a short while, I'll be joined by my next guest. She is joining me live from the US, and this is Grace. Grace is one lady who, when she reached out to me, and she has been reaching out to me for the longest time, by the way, trying to ask me how I can be of help to make sure that they are able to know the whereabouts of their brother, Zadock, because she says that the last communication she had with him was way back in 2011. And so you can imagine for more than 10 years, just being in a state of waiting, not knowing what to say or what to think, and yet hoping for the best, that your relative is alive and somewhere, and one day he will walk back home. It's not an easy place to find yourself. And so, Grace, if you can hear me, this is your time. You can kindly call in live, and so that we can now give you more time to pretty much allow you to tell us what exactly is happening and the circumstances under which your brother disappeared. Welcome on board. Hi, Grace. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Looks like we lost her connection, but try and call again. We are here to listen to you. So just click on the link and join the conversation. We'll be waiting for you. In the meantime, okay, so Grace is calling. Let me loop her in. Hi, Grace, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, yes. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I am good, thank you.
Wow.
Am I live?
Yes, you are live.
Try and call again. We are here to listen. So just click on the link and join the conversation.
You are live, Grace. Maybe you can switch off the YouTube device and just use the call so that we can have a clear conversation.
We're live.
We are live, Grace. We are live, and we are waiting for you. Are you ready?
I hope so. Is there
Okay.
a lag? Maybe it's a little slow.
It's a little slow, but we will manage.
Okay. Good evening. Here it's morning, but thank you for having me.
So glad that you could find time, create time for us. We are live here on Shared Moments with Justus, and we have, for the last few minutes, been talking about the issue that really is a thorn in the flesh. Our kin, our relatives that have for the past few years been disappearing to no trace And this has been attributed to so many other things, but for you, these are not just statistics. You have lost touch with your brother, Zadock, and you say he disappeared way back in 2011. That's the last time you had contact with him. Kindly bring us up to speed in terms of his situation and the effort perhaps that as a family you've put in to try and trace him.
Thank you, Justus, for having me. My name is Gracie Akinyi Oko. I have been looking for my brother Zadock Ayub Abudo Oko since 2011 June. And I once put this announcement on Facebook under the Tuko Facebook group, and I learned very quickly that some people can be very vicious because of the feedback we were getting, where people are just saying, huyu amepotea na mdigo Mombasa. Honestly, there's no room for vicious talk like that. We have been looking by word of mouth, by traveling on the ground. Some people are asking, now is when you're looking? No, we have been looking. Social media, just exploded recently. So we can't say that, you can't assume we haven't been looking. We have.
Yeah.
We have relatives and friends, the church, you name it. And honestly, we hear that there have been sightings of him in some places, but no tangible evidence, no contact, no email, no activity on Facebook. And then with the recent passing of my mom in 2019, December, we put the announcement out in the radio, on TV, in the newspaper. He never came. And then my dad's funeral in December 2020, also we announced it in the radio standard, and he never came. And I have made sure that no one is sleeping or resting. I want everyone to know my brother's name. I want them to know that he was a good man. He was loved. He came from a loving family. There was no quarrel. We just don't know where he is, and we love him. We want him to come home.
Wow. So sorry for this, Gracie. Can you recount perhaps some of your last moments with Zadock, and how was he, in what state was he in, perhaps for those who were around him before his immediate disappearance? What was his state of mind, and was he worried or scared of anything that perhaps we can lay a finger on that may have contributed to his disappearance?
Zadock was, he is known as the DJ, the engineer, the comedian. He's funny. He loves to be around people. He loves to joke. I've heard that he was participating in the Fashion Week, promoting models who have come forward saying that they knew Zadock and he was a great man. Everybody who talks about Zadock says he's a good guy. He's in great spirits. His last conversation with me was on my birthday. That's why I remember it very clearly. In June of 22nd, 2011, he sent me a birthday greeting, and he wrote to me every week, which is why when the emails stopped coming, that's how I knew something was wrong. He always wrote me happy. He was looking for work. He was working hard. His mental status, honestly, was always strong. And those who claim they have seen him, say that he's fine, he's in good health. But what I don't understand is the lack of no phone number, nothing. For those who know that we have been looking for him and not even giving us a phone number or telling us where he lives, or just it just difficult to understand why even some relatives in Mombasa who own a bar and they have seen him drink there would not even give us any information. And I know some of them know that I live abroad and they want something from me. But I grew up in a Christian home. My parents never took bribes, they never gave bribes. I will not do that. If you want to give information, give it freely out of love and just believing that you're doing the right thing, because this is not about making money out of people's miseries. It is about doing the right thing, and I hope that people can do that for Elizabeth also, because some people come forward. I have people who have asked me for $1,000. They said they would do it, they would find me him in a day. And honestly, there's no room for that. This is real life. It's a real human being who has been missing for 10 years. And we're just appealing to those who have seen him, those who know him, to come forward and share what they know with us.
It's really unfortunate that anyone would really take advantage of such a situation to even extort someone who is in pain, like your family, you know, of money in the name of promising to find your loved one. It's really unfortunate, but we hope and trust and pray that Zadock would be able to, is alive and will be able to listen to these concerns, and he will be able to come back home. In the process of, you know, waiting, because you have been in a state of waiting, how has this affected your mental state, and perhaps as a family, what has this subjected you to?
Strong. We're standing strong, each and every one of them. We are 6 of us in the family, and my cousins, my loving cousin in Qatar, Joseph, who used to live with my brother. They shared a lot deeply. We are a very loving family. We have stuck together. We have worked together on this search. And it was my father's dying words. Before he passed away, we were using word of mouth to share these concerns. But as he was passing away, he requested us to use every means possible to bring brother home. And so we are simply fulfilling our Father's wishes, not to give up on him wherever he is. We want to know that he is loved. We love you. We want to meet you. But I know that even he had girlfriends in Mombasa that know I am looking for him. Come forward. We know there's people who have seen him. They know where he is. We're just appealing to them to come forward, just willingly and in one unity, to say, we know where your brother is. Please reach out.
Gracie, thank you so much really for joining us and sharing all this information. And we hope that this indeed is going to be the beginning of the end of the search for Zadock. And if by any chance any of you who is watching, you have any information really that can help in tracing the whereabouts of Zadock, I mean, the least you can do is to at least lead the family to where they can be able to find Zadock, because there's nothing that you can really equate to the life of a human being. And so it's it's just the right thing to do. Don't take advantage and start asking for demands and ransom as if, you know, we are talking about some commodity. We are talking about people who are going through a difficult time. So don't make it any harder for them. So I don't know if you have any final words, Gracie, that you would wish to share with our audience. We shall be sharing the photos, the images of Zadock, so that, and the contact details, so for anyone who perhaps would want to reach out and share any information, they can be able to do that directly, either to you or to DJ Stone, who is also part of this live link in the chat section. I can see you. Or they can also reach out to us through Shared Moments with Justus, and we can be able to link you together. Any final words perhaps you would want to share tonight?
When you listen to the national anthem, I'm going to read the words. "O God of all creation, justice be our shield and defender. May we dwell in unity, peace, and liberty." You sing that anthem and you believe in a country that is one, and you know that one of our own is in trouble and struggling, you need to died fighting this country, also who we really are and where we came from. And so in a way, when we're talking about missing people, surely are we saying that justice is within our borders if we cannot protect our own, if we cannot reach out and help a family in need, if we cannot reach out and say we care, we love you. So we need to really mean those words when we say the anthem. Do we really understand that we are united, one country, one people?
Wow. Powerful. Thank you so much, Gracie, and we wish you all the best. And as I said, we are together in this. So we will work with those who are ready to work with you. And I'm sure those who are joining in this live conversation are here because they care. And they care about the things that both yourself and Elizabeth have passionately expressed here, your love and your concern, all in this together, and we shall push to the end. And so thank you so much for your time. In the meantime, keep those comments calling. Thank you so much, Gracie, and we wish you all the best. Have a blessed day, because it's daytime where you are. For us here, we're preparing for the night.
Thank you.
Okay. So that has been Gracie all the way from the US, and you have listened to her issue, her situation, where they have been looking for her brother for the last 11 years. It's not easy, 11 years. And these two are just a representation of the numerous cases that we have reported, we have seen or heard reported each and every day of missing persons here in Kenya. And so where do we go from here? Because the families are really, really struggling to come to terms. If you have found yourself in this kind of position and you would have some encouraging words or information that can help some of these families to cope as they wait and hope for the best, kindly keep sharing that even in the comment and chat section, because even your messages would really make such a difference in such a moment, in such times. So keep those comments coming in the chat section, in the comment section as well. Let me just read some of your comments. I have here Trufosa. You say, what happened to humanity? It's quite an unfortunate and sad thing to try and real big when family is in agony. Yeah, especially for those who are trying to extort, even those who are, you know, in trying to look for their loved ones and others taking advantage of that. DJ Stone, you say a good person would just give us clues on how to get Zadock, then wait for appreciation after a successful mission. We want Zadock back, and I believe we all do. Thank you so much, DJ Stone, and for your continued support for this family in search of Zadock. We have Harvey. Harvey says, thank you so much for this step. Sharing this really is an achievement to us. Karibu sana, Joseph, and we shall continue to share even more if this is what is going to take to get Zadock back home. And remember, when we started, we also brought to your attention another missing person, and that was Francis Kimani, who also disappeared back in 2020, and the family has been looking for him to no trace. They have made reports to the police station. They have visited, you know, all the mortuaries. What this kind of thing puts you on is you are in a state of emergency of some sort, because every time you hear of some unclaimed body, you always rushing there, you know, if for nothing, just for closure, but they have not been able to achieve any, and it's not an easy place to find yourself. So this conversation is not one that will end today. In any case, it's a beginning of what we hope will be an end to the problem itself. And so I just want to appreciate all those who have come forward to share their experiences on this subject this Friday night live. And this then, as I said, is going to be the premise upon which we get to dig deeper and bring on board and call to account even those other stakeholders and duty bearers who are directly responsible, and perhaps even those who are indirectly responsible, so that then we can get a lasting solution to this. I keep going through your comments. Remember, you can also call in live. Before we end our live show tonight, you can also call in live through the live link that we have in the chat section. I think I'll paste it there again. I can take one more live video call from any one of you who will go first, and then we'll end the show. I have a few comments coming in. Tina, you say, I'm following. This is Angelina. You say, I just pray that the government will bring them out one by one. And then we have, so this has been not a very easy conversation to have, but one that is really important to have and necessary, especially for those families that are mourning and crying every day, hoping that they can get even just a glimpse or even some news of their loved ones. Let me just also share some of the images now of the friends that we have been talking about, who, let me start with Kim. So this is Francis Kimani, last seen on 18th August 2020 in Huruma. He was wearing a khaki trouser, a white checked shirt, a black jacket, gray cap, and a pair of brown shoes. So the family is really asking for anyone with information that can help find him to please contact them on the numbers that they have provided. So the wife to Francis a while ago was speaking to us, And those who listened to her, you could really tell that finding Francis would really mean everything to her and the children. And so if you are in a position to provide any information that can lead to tracing the whereabouts of Francis, please reach out to the family through the numbers that they have provided, or get in touch with us here on Shared Moments with Justus, and we'll be able to link you with the family. Another one is of Zadock. We have also talked to the sister a short while ago, Gracie, and Gracie says that the last time that she had contact, or at least she was in communication with Zadock, was way back in 2011. And so for the last 11 or so years, she and the family have desperately been hoping for a day when this gentleman would walk back home, but that has not come to happen. And they are appealing to you, if indeed you have any information that can help them trace the whereabouts of Zadock, kindly reach out to them. The numbers are also provided on the photo, either through DJ Stone or Grace herself. And you can also reach out to us through Shared Moments with Justus. If you have any information as well, we can be able to help you and link you with the family, if that is what it's going to take to bring these missing persons and reunite them with their families. Wow. So that's the show. That's the show for tonight. Unfortunately, it's not ending on a high as we always do, but at least we have brought to your attention things that we thought we as a nation ought to consider this Friday evening. And so remember, you can keep engaging with us, even in the comments section, on these and many other subjects that you feel you are passionate about or have concern to our nation and to the world in general. This is Shared Moments with Justus, where we are having conversations that are life-changing, conversations that, inspire and uplift. So this is just one of the many episodes that we are having. And every Friday, we are live from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So make sure that you join us this and every other Friday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Kenyan time, here on Shared Moments with Justus, for these live interactive sessions that mean everything to us. So before I sign out, maybe let me give a few people an opportunity and just go through your comments one last time. Elizabeth, you're grateful. You're saying, thanks everyone for your continued prayer and support. Tina Odero, you say, Wilson Olwa is a family friend. It's over 7 years, still missing. May the Lord locate him. Wow. Sarah, you say, this is heavy. My prayers go to their families and pray that they are found alive and well. That's our prayer too. Inspire and transpire, better late than never. You're here just joining, karibu sana. So, and lastly, I have Saga Prison Stories. May Almighty God intervene for these families. Well, thank you so much, everyone. That's all we've had time for tonight, and I hope that this is going to make the much-needed difference. The subject tonight has been those missing persons, some attributed to extrajudicial killings and disappearances that we cannot even at the moment know or tell in detail the backstories. And so we hope that this conversation that has begun tonight will go a long way in bringing some hope and relief to the families who are asking and looking for their loved ones who disappeared mysteriously. Thanks for watching. That has been my time here on Shared Moments with Justus, live on Friday. See you again next week. Goodbye.